Have you ever heard that there's a simple, no-cost way to improve your erections that you can begin right now? I'm Dr. Rena, a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today I'm going to walk you through some very interesting research that could make a real difference in your overall health and your sex life, especially when it comes to erections. All right, let's begin with erectile dysfunction. This refers to the inability to achieve or maintain an erection firm enough for penetration. It's extremely common. More than half of men over 50, about 52%, experience some degree of it. I've discussed many different causes of erectile dysfunction on this channel before, including medical conditions and stress, but a lot of these factors are tied to heart health. The key thing to understand is that strong blood flow is essential for a healthy erection, and that's where this simple, free activity comes in: walking. Now, before you tune out and think, I already know walking is important, stick with me, because I'm not just telling you to take a stroll. This research actually explains how fast you should walk to improve your erections by as much as 76%. Yes, 76%, which is a significant improvement. This study came out of China and was published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. It used data from two very large research projects. One of them examined people's genetics along with how quickly they walked. It specifically focused on something called single nucleotide polymorphisms, or SNPs, pronounced SNPs, which are small genetic variations. These were then connected to walking speed. A SNP is essentially a tiny difference in your DNA, like a small change in your body's code. For example, one person might have a G in a certain spot, while another might have a T. Even these small variations can influence how your body functions. In this case, they affect your natural tendency for walking speed. The second study analysed people's genes and whether they experienced erectile dysfunction. Researchers then compared both sets of data to determine if the SNPs associated with faster walking were also connected to a reduced risk of ED. They used 3 different methods to evaluate the data, ensuring that the findings were as accurate and dependable as possible. They also made sure to take into account other factors that can influence ED, such as smoking, excess weight, and diabetes, so that the results wouldn't be affected by outside variables. The researchers then divided walking speed into 3 categories: slow, which was under 3 miles per hour, moderate, between 3 and 4 miles per hour, and fast, which was above 4 miles per hour. They also tracked how long people walked each day and how many days per week they walked, with a minimum of at least 10 minutes per session. And the findings were quite surprising. They discovered a strong connection between walking faster and having a lower risk of ED. More specifically, increasing your usual walking speed by just 1 mile per hour was linked to a 76% reduction in the risk of ED. And this result remained consistent even after adjusting for all those other contributing factors. Interestingly, walking for longer periods, more than 10 minutes, or walking more frequently didn't show the same benefit. It was the speed of the walk that made the biggest difference. So, what does this mean for you? It means that by simply picking up your walking speed, you may be able to lower your risk of ED. It's not about walking longer or more often, it's about walking faster. Now, while more studies are needed, these results are very encouraging. A brisk walk is an easy and effective step toward improving both your overall health and your erectile health. So, what should you take away from this? If you're someone who cares about your sexual health and wants to take action, try increasing your pace the next time you go for a walk. It really could make a noticeable difference. Now, you might be wondering, I already walk regularly. How much faster do I actually need to go? The ideal range appears to be walking at a speed greater than 4 miles per hour, which the researchers classified as a fast pace. This isn't a slow, relaxed stroll. It's a purposeful, brisk walk, but not quite a jog. And the benefits seem to justify that extra effort. Of course, no study is perfect. This research focused only on individuals of European background, since the data came from European populations. So, more research is needed to confirm whether these findings apply to other groups as well. And while the researchers worked hard to control for different influencing factors, there's always a possibility that something else could be playing a role in the link between walking speed and ED. Still, I find this research very exciting. It offers strong evidence that something as simple and accessible as walking a little faster each day could have a meaningful impact on your erections and overall sexual health. And honestly, that's the kind of practical advice we all want, something we can apply in our daily lives. So here's my suggestion. Once you finish watching this video, get up, head outside and go for a walk. Just try to move a bit faster than your usual pace. Your future self and your body will thank you. And you may even start to notice added benefits like improved mood and better heart health. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. If you're finding this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, take good care of yourself, because you truly deserve it.